Alexander Kane was one of the richest men in the city. He owned hotels, companies, and luxury buildings, but everyone knew he was cold, arrogant, and heartless. One day, his grandfather gave him shocking news. Alexander would not inherit the family empire unless he got engaged before his 30th birthday. Alexander did not want love. He only wanted the company. So he made a plan. He decided to hire a poor girl to pretend to be his fiancée, someone he thought he could control. That was when he met Maya, a young waitress working 2 jobs to pay her little brother's school fees. "Pretend to be my fiancée for 3 months," Alexander told her, "and I will pay you enough to change your life." Maya refused at first. But when her brother was almost removed from school because of unpaid fees, she accepted. A week later, Alexander introduced Maya to his family at a fancy dinner. Everyone stared at her simple dress and cheap shoes. His aunt laughed. "Alexander, is this a joke?" His cousin whispered, "She looks like she came through the servants' entrance." Maya heard everything, but she stayed calm. Alexander did not defend her. To him, she was only part of the plan. During dinner, his aunt asked, "So, dear, what kind of family do you come from?" Maya looked at her and answered, "A poor one. But poverty is not something to be ashamed of." The table went silent. For the first time, Alexander looked at her with surprise. Days passed, and Maya moved into the mansion to make the engagement look real. Alexander gave her strict rules. Do not ask questions, do not touch anything, and do not embarrass him. But Maya started noticing strange things. Every night, Alexander's mother locked herself in an old room. His uncle made secret phone calls. And whenever Maya mentioned Alexander's late father, everyone became silent. One evening, Maya found an old photo in the library. It showed Alexander's father standing beside a woman she recognized. It was her mother. Maya's hands began to shake. Before her mother died, she had once told Maya, "Never trust the Kane family." Maya searched quietly and found hidden letters inside an old book. The letters revealed the truth. Alexander's father had planned to give part of the company to Maya's mother because she had helped build the business. But after his death, Alexander's uncle stole the documents and erased her name. Maya realized her family had not always been poor. They had been robbed. A few days later, the Kane family held a huge party to announce Alexander and Maya's engagement. The room was full of reporters, investors, and wealthy guests. Alexander stood on stage, ready to lie. But before he could speak, Maya stepped forward with the letters in her hand. Alexander frowned. "Maya, what are you doing?" She looked at him and said, "For once, telling the truth." Then she revealed everything: her mother's connection to the company, the stolen documents, and how the Kane family that destroyed her life. Alexander's uncle shouted, "She is lying." But Maya showed the letters on the large screen behind her. The signatures were clear. The proof was undeniable. The room filled with whispers. Alexander looked at the documents, then at his uncle. His face went pale. The poor girl he had hired to use was the daughter of the woman his family had betrayed. He turned to Maya and whispered, "Why did not you tell me?" Maya's eyes filled with tears. "Because I did not know at first," she said. "I thought I was pretending to belong in your world, but the truth is, my mother helped build it." Alexander felt ashamed. He remembered every cold word, every insult, and every moment he treated her like she was beneath him. Then he took the microphone. "My family owes Maya justice," he said. "And I owe her an apology." He turned to his uncle. "As of tonight, you are removed from this company." Everyone gasped. Weeks later, the stolen shares were returned to Maya's family. Her brother returned to school, and her mother's name was restored in the company as history. Alexander changed too. He stopped treating people like objects and began repairing the damage his family had caused. One evening, Maya packed her suitcase to leave the mansion. Alexander looked at her and said, "You do not have to go." Maya replied, "Our deal is over." He lowered his voice. "What if I do not want it to be fake anymore?" Maya looked at him for a long moment. "Real love cannot begin with a lie," she said. "But maybe it can begin with the truth." And she walked away. Months later, Alexander opened a foundation in Maya's ex-mother's name, to support poor women who had been cheated out of their rights. Maya attended the opening, not as his fake fiancée, but as the woman who forced a billionaire to face the truth. And Alexander finally understood. Money can buy silence for a while, but it can never bury the truth forever. Do you think Maya should forgive Alexander, or should she walk away forever?